welcome back and welcome to Life with Kendall, and today we are going to be talking about my opinions on my junior year so far, as I am a junior this year. So it's just going to go from my own personal reflection of how I've grown and how I've changed, and also what I feel like junior year has taught me as I've changed. I'm also going to be talking about experiences with friends so far and academics. So let's get into it. Can we get the hair a little up? Can we? Okay. All right, so to begin, we're gonna talk about my reflection of how junior year has definitely changed me. I feel like it's opened up some traits in me, to be honest. I've never really been a talkative person and never really as talkative to people that I'm not comfortable with. I have to get comfortable with you to start a conversation. But mind you, I know this is a whole new background, this goes into context with it, but yes, I've moved, so I'm in a whole new school and a whole new environment. But literally my first day of school, I'm talking to people, I'm making conversations, and I'm an introvert. I don't really like talking to people that much. Nothing against people, but I'm not really that type of person to just keep talking to people and coming up to them and starting conversations. But I was doing that. I was talking to people, and I literally left that day with 5 or 6 acquaintances that I am technically friends with, maybe 3 out of the people that I've talked to. And it felt really good, really nice, because I've never really had those traits come to me naturally. I've never really felt that they came to me naturally. I was always shy. I was always the one in the corner waiting for a person to come up to me. But I'm now starting the conversations coming up to people. But not every time that I was talking to someone did it go successfully. There was definitely still some times where it's kind of awkward. It didn't go that well. And I would just be like, okay. But that's it. I definitely am more talkative, more open. I've explored in my style a bit more. In September, I was posting a lot, so if you follow my socials in the description, you would have saw that I was trying different styles and posting for a while before school got a bit hectic and I started, getting into the actual junior year. So yeah, but there are definitely still those days where I'd rather just be by myself and just enjoy my alone time. Like literally my first day of school, I was sitting by myself and I was perfectly fine at lunch. Like I was talking to people in my classes, but at lunch I sat by myself and was just people watching and just looking at all the students just talking and doing stuff. And it was really nice because it just shows that I'm okay. Like I don't need anyone to talk to me at lunch. I was perfectly okay and just was here. I felt okay with that. So that's another thing. I felt like I'm a lot more comfortable with just being by myself. I'm not pressed for anyone. I'm not trying to look for friends. I'm not trying to act differently to fit in. I'm okay with who I am. So that's basically it. Maybe just a bit of more patient with myself and keep trying to make routines, and then whatever doesn't take it out. That's basically just my reflection. All right, to move on, we're going to be talking about my opinions and my explanation, explaining why I think these are good opinions. Mind you, these are just opinions. I know everyone's going to see a different perspective than I am, and I'm perfectly okay with that. It's just from what I've learned so far in these 3 to 5 months of us being in the school year. I'll put them all right here. So, number 1, junior year is hard, but it's different for everyone. I feel like junior year is definitely been hard for me, yes, but I've also have acquaintances and friends that are also juniors, and it's more different for them because they are in APs and honor classes while I'm in just standard classes, to be honest. I'm not really in any clubs. I'm not on the cheer team this year. I'm really just focusing on my grades and also doing my college research. So it's different for everyone, but yes, it is hard. It is a hard year. It's never going to be an easy year because it's basically everything's so fast-paced, to be honest. But it's not as hard for me as it is for others. But everyone has their deadline for certain things. They have that point where they're burnt out. I forgot to mention that I am down at my computer. So for the first one, I was looking down at my computer, and I will be for quite a bit for the video because I have a few that I wrote really detailed of why I think it's a really good opinion, in my opinion. Yeah. On to the next one is having good communication is like a must in your junior year. I feel like for me, if I wasn't able to like communicate and ask my teachers for help, I would not be excelling this year at all. Because me, I'm a very independent person. I don't like asking for people for help. I don't like people like helping me. If they offer it, I will say no sometimes. I'm very like, I really like to do things my own way, but I'm learning that I actually need to ask for help because these are teachers that went to college and have gotten the like skills to know how to do these things so that they can teach me how to do it. So me being able to have good communication skills has definitely been one of the best things for me, except because I'm actually doing really good because I'm communicating, I'm asking for help, or I'm also asking for like extensions sometimes, or asking to like stay back if I need to get some more information on something if I don't get it. So being able to communicate has definitely been my strongest suit and has been helping me so that I know what I'm doing and how I'm supposed to do it. So the next one is a bit personal to me, as for context of why I did what I did. So this year I decided I'm not gonna allow myself to. I'm just gonna focus on literally school this year. No boyfriends, no crushes, nothing. Because I'm a big hopeless romantic. I believe in love. I love love books. I love movies. I love any type of romance content, and I'm very much obsessed with that type of genre. But this year I told myself I'm not allowed to have a crush, and I made that promise to myself June 13th, 2024. So technically June of this year that I was gone for a while, I was like, I'm not gonna have any more crushes for a whole year. And it has really opened my eyes to like high school boys, and they really aren't that. Like, it's kind of disappointing. Okay, to be honest, it is. Okay, it's kind of disappointing in a way that it's really like opened my eyes to like rise my standards. Like, I literally wrote a whole list of red and green flags, not based off of them, but just in general. And yeah, I learned that it's about the approach, it's how they treat you, it's how overall a guy is supposed to treat you. Because I've experienced two different experiences with two different high school boys, and it was just so weird. It was weird in a good way, because one of them was actually like, we became really good friends, and then the other one, it was just like side-eye, and I kept going about my day. But yeah, I learned it's about the approach, it's about how they treat you. Like, I actually found an ick now for a boy stealing your stuff and running off with it. Are we in middle school? No, sir. I don't like that. It's ew. I don't like it. It's so, like, if you gotta steal my stuff, I don't get it. I don't like it. It's weird. But yeah, the way that I've realized is about the approach, and I'm gonna give two examples of how. So a guy, this was actually last year. So one of the experiences are from last year, and the other is from this year. But I just learned like all of this now so that it makes more sense to me. So boy one, I was in 10th grade and I was on the cheer team, and I was in gym and I was just playing with the basketball, and I didn't really care because I'm by myself and it was free play. My friend had gone somewhere, I don't know where she went, but I was just having free play by myself. And this boy comes up to me. We're gonna name him E. We're gonna say E. So E comes up to me and he's like, excuse me, I've noticed you've been like struggling with playing basketball. Like, can I help you? And I was just like, I'm not taking this seriously. Like, I'm literally just playing with the basketball. It's not really anything literal. And he was just like, well, if you make 2 shots in, I'll leave you alone. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, I made the shots in, and that's just how we became friends. Because it was his approach to me. He was respectful. He was not trying to like get with me or flirt with me. I feel like it was just a genuine interaction with a girl, trying to just talk to her like she was a human. But yeah, that was also one approach. And then this year, my junior year, I know this may not be a big deal to some girls, but this was just so, it was just ill. Cause not even my brothers act like this. Not even, like, no, I've never been approached like this, so it just was no. So, we're gonna name this boy, I don't even know him, so we're just gonna say boy 2. I'm gonna call you boy 2. So boy 2, I was at lunch and I was eating by myself, and then I was packing my things up, and midway I was like putting on my lip gloss because my lips are dry, and randomly I turned my head and this boy just goes, "Sup?" I don't like that. And it wasn't like he was sitting next to me or anything. He just approaches me and goes, "Sup?" 1, I don't know you. 2, I don't like being approached like that. 3, just no. Just no. Like, not even my brothers, when they approach me, they don't say sup to me. Not even my friends that or girls say that to me. I don't sup me. I don't like it. Please do not. And I know that may be like, you're being over dramatic. I don't care. I don't like it. It's weird. Don't approach somebody like that. That's not, no, that's strange. And it's just, he also just didn't, it just wasn't an approach you should do to someone overall. You don't sup somebody, it's not, it doesn't feel right. You at least say hi or something, or like, excuse me, I don't know. But I just didn't like it. It was just the ick for me. It's about the approach now. Like, how you approach me is how I depict you, honestly. So, yeah, that's mostly it about the boys. Next one is, weekends are essential for catch-up days for work. I've learned that, and I have used it for like a while. And this has definitely benefited me because I am someone who gets very distracted easily, and I can kind of, when I'm comfortable with you, I will definitely keep talking and talking and talking. And then in class, I either have to do something when I get home or I have to work on something else, and we always get assignments toward the end of classes. So I have like 7 assignments due on different days, and then I have to get them in by those certain days. So using my weekends has definitely been a great essential for me, and I'm just really happy to be using them because I'm able to do what I need to do to catch up on the weekend. Because if I don't use my weekends, when I go in school on Monday, it's gonna be an F, because for some reason, I guess like it's at the new school that I'm at, it's just more, you have to have that stuff done, and if you don't, that's your fault. Like, it doesn't even go to like a B or a C low, it goes definitely to an F. So I really need to be on top of things, and that's also another reason why I haven't been posting a lot. The next one is, finding balance in your junior year is hard. Yes, it is super, super hard. There's been times where I have forgotten to shower and had to take a shower in the morning. There's been times where I have stayed up till like 1 in the morning and just been scrolling because I didn't feel like I got enough free time in my evening because I'm doing schoolwork. There's been times where I've had to wake up at 4 in the morning just to finish an assignment before I left for school. There's been times where I'm trying to multitask my home life with school and then my mental health. It's just, finding balance is definitely hard, but currently I am finding enough balance and it's getting a lot better, which I will be posting a video probably next week about finding balance, how to find balance as a high schooler. So keep a look for that one. But yeah, it's definitely been hard. Like, I'm creating the habits. I'm trying to get everything in order, communicate with my mom and let her know, like, hey mom, I may need help with this, or communicate with my stepdad and ask him for help when I need help, because I'm technically the oldest right now because all my older siblings are adults. So it's just me and then my younger siblings and then my mom and my stepdad. So I'm technically the one that has to take all the responsibilities for things, or most of the responsibilities for things in the house. So I try to communicate with my mom and also my stepdad, like, hey, I need help with this, or could you guys like try to help me with like the kitchen, or could I clean the dishes in the morning, something like that. Like, I always try to ask them for help, and that's basically what's been helping me. I just feel like that has definitely been what's helping me, but it is still hard to find balance some days. Now into the next one is kind of like jumped off of the other one about balance. A routine is important and much needed. It definitely is, because me not having a routine my first weeks of school, like, yes, the Fits did eat every morning, or mostly every morning, but there were still times where I had to take a shower in the morning, like I said, or I would be doing everything just willy-nilly and not having really like something to keep me into line, because next minute I'm being told, oh, you gotta do this. What about yourself? Like, there's so much going on that I'm like not even considering myself sometimes in the end, that it literally, I don't even know how I haven't went into burnout yet. But yeah, you need a routine. You definitely need a routine, and finding a routine is definitely it's not hard, but it's not easy. But I'm like finding things to add in and take out if I don't feel like it's working for me, or if it is working for me and I just don't have as much time for it. I try to make sure that I at least do it like for 5 minutes, or for like 10 minutes, maybe 20 if I really can do it. Like, for a new habit that I've created, I've added 2 to this week, is basically me reading for 5 to 10 minutes before bed, and also journaling before I go to bed also, so that I'm like clearing my head to start off the next day with a much clearer and peaceful mind, so that I can go on with the day. And lately I've been doing really good with it. Like, there's definitely been times where I feel really tired this week and I just didn't want to do it, but I did it anyways, because I really want to try to implement this habit. And then next week I'm adding another one to it and seeing if I like it, and if I don't, I'll just take it out. So yeah. This next one, and it really does depend on what grade you're in, or what not grade, what type of the like level are you in? Are you like AP, honors, or just like a standard classes? I'm standard classes, so this is my opinion. But I would say the workload is easy, but doing it all in the same week is what makes it hard. That's the only thing for me. I've noticed that when I'm really just focused on one class, I can do the work so easily, so fast. But having it given to you each, like all those 5 days in the week, and then being told have it done by this certain time, or have it done this day, is definitely stressful, and it makes it seem like it's a lot of work, but deep down it's really not that much work to me. Like, I realized work was much harder than anything in like middle school, and probably like a bit of my 9th grade year. But like 10th and 11th have definitely been easy work, but it's just having to deal with it all in those 5 days and have it done a certain time period, and also get it in by that time period, is what made it feel so stressful, and feel like it's a lot. And I feel like it's just a lot going on. But like I said, a routine and finding balance will definitely help with that, and has definitely helped me with that. Now this one is definitely off of experience. So it says, the current people around you definitely influence your performance in class or your mood overall. I have an example again with 2 different sophomores. They are both really cool girls, but it's just one of them I didn't really ended up being like friends with. We were just acquaintances, but it never got to the friendship level. Now with the other girl, it got to the friendship level and we are currently still friends. There's two examples that I'm going to use between them two. So we're going to do girl A and girl B. Now girl A, I met her when I was at lunch, so we had no classes together. We never saw each other except for at lunch. How we actually became acquaintances in the first place. She approached me while I was eating lunch by myself, and I was just like, hey, I'm cool with that. And we didn't really align, and there was really not really anything interesting said between each other. Like, we didn't have the same interest. There was not the same energy, vibes, or levels that we like just bonded off of. Like, you know how you have that person you just click with? I did not do that with her. It was like I wanted to just be chilling, or I just wanted to tell her about certain things and she wanted to tell me about certain things that just didn't seem like part of the conversation sometimes. Or if we did have conversations about like ourselves, I would feel like I'm saying so much stuff about myself, and then she gives me like maybe 2 to 3 things back, and I'm like, okay. I understand if you're a shy person. I'm a shy person too, but I can keep going and tell you so much about myself. But it was like when it came about her, she was just like, I like this, and then this too. And also I noticed that after I talked to her, or after I left our conversation, I always felt drained, tired, just ready to get over with the day. Like, I wanted to go home. Like, I was just so over everything and wanted to go home. Now with girl B, girl B, we had a class together, and we were actually sat together in assigned seats, and she is so sweet. She's so sweet, and she's so kind, so beautiful, and also just so energetic, so, you know, open, and so logical. And it was so like really cool to talk to her. And she actually made me feel a lot more energized, because it was like the conversation was flowing. It was like we had the same thought processes on things. We kind of like the same YouTubers and everything. It was like, it was really cool, but she was still her own person. She still was telling me things about herself and educating me on her, which I really thought was cool and I loved so much. And I was just like, I really like you. I like you so much. And we have been friends ever since, and we still are. It was just with the two girls, there was a difference in their energies, because with girl A, I'm tired, I didn't want to do anything, I want to go home. With girl B, I'm energized, I'm excited for the day, like I'm looking forward to seeing her again. And it was just so much good energy, so many good vibes from her, and I don't regret ever sitting with her or being seated with her, because she is such a sweetheart and so cool. Like, I like her so much. I like her so much. So yeah. To move on, this one was definitely an opinion that I feel like we really thought I should say, because this is kind of a bit personal one to me. So I had told myself in my freshman year that I was gonna go to every homecoming and like every school event and all that other stuff. And this year I didn't go to homecoming. I didn't go to any games. I didn't really join any clubs. I was kind of just focusing on my grades and everything. And the day of the pep rally, literally when I had got on the bus, I kind of felt this feeling of FOMO, and just felt like I was, you know, out of place. Like I didn't really keep my word to myself. And it kind of made me feel a bit like, whoa, I don't like this. Like, the last time I ever felt FOMO was probably 9th grade, middle school. That's when I was feeling the most FOMO. But like this year, I actually felt a bit FOMO sitting on that bus, because I was like, wait, I'm really not going to homecoming this year. Like, I'm really staying home. And I didn't know how to feel about it. Like, I kind of felt like, whoa, I don't like that. But there was more like personal reasons of why I didn't go. It was just a lot going on. Plus, junior year has just been junior yearing. Okay, I don't even think that's a word, but it was just a lot. So I just didn't end up going, and I stayed home and I just played Roblox with my siblings, which was still fun. We played Dress to Impress, and we also just watched a movie. So like it was still kind of really fun for me, but I didn't really go to the events. So yeah, it was just like, oh, I don't even know if I said the opinion, but it's okay to miss out on school events. So yeah. Now to the last and final one before the end of this video is comfortability in class feels very limited. And what I mean by that is because my 10th grade year, I could work on something and be told, oh, we can finish it the next class period. And then now going into a whole, like I said, whole new school, whole new environment where they're much more strict and much more on top of everything. So if I don't get that assignment done in that same class period, I have to get it done at home and turn it in, or send like a picture in it and bring it to them the next day. And if I don't, the next day after that, when I go in the classroom, we're gonna be focused on something different. And it's a lot because it's so like paced. Like I feel like I just learned so many things in one whole week, and it didn't feel like I'm learning the same thing for one whole week. Like grade year, I was able to spend like a whole week on an assignment, to now in my my junior year, I only have basically 20, maybe more, but I still have to have it in by like, if it was given to me Monday, I have to have it in by Wednesday. And if I don't, oh well, I don't get the grade, or I don't get the points for it. So yeah, it doesn't really feel good to just sit there in class and be like, like, no, I have to actually get that work done and have it in by that time if I want the grade that so yeah. Made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I deeply appreciate it, and I really hope you're doing well in school or in life. And if not, just remember to stay strong. You got this. You will get through it. And I send you virtual hugs and hope you're doing well. Also, for the question of the day, let me know an opinion of you have on your school environment, or just simply your grade, what you've learned so far in your 10th grade year that you noticed, or your sophomore, junior, whatever, any type of school year. But yeah, just let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Bye.